I'm here to debunk 8 myths about strength training as an older adult that I commonly hear. Number 1, lifting weights is dangerous and will lead to an injury. Now, it is true that there are some risks associated with lifting weights, particularly as an older adult, but these risks can be mitigated, particularly if we take things slow and make gradual progression over time. There's a great quote from Brett Contreras which says, "If you think lifting weights is dangerous, try being weak. Being weak is dangerous." And this is so true because if we look at the evidence, the loss of muscle strength as we age, sarcopenia, is prevalent and associated with respiratory disease, cardiac disease, dementia, diabetes, increased risk of falls, hip fracture, which might need a period of time in hospital and rehabilitation after that, which might create an environment where actually you lose even more muscle strength. Whereas if we're in the gym building strength, mitigating the risks where we can, we're going to build strength and we're going to try and avoid those things from happening, or at least reduce the impact that they're going to have on our lives. Number 2, you are too old to lift weights. Now, I hear this one all the time. People think because they haven't been to the gym, they've not lifted weight, they might not have been particularly active in the past, that they've missed the boat, they've missed their window of opportunity. I want to introduce you to one of my clients, Phil. He came in at the age of 76 years old, having never done any gym work. He hadn't been particularly active at any regular sports after school. And he came in with a bit of knee pain and we got him doing some strength work. And he's got to the point now where he is deadlifting 75 kilograms. He's 80 now and he's still doing that. And he had never done it before the age of 76. So you are never too old to lift. You can start at any age. We just need to take it slightly carefully, slightly slowly as we start. Number 3, lifting weights will worsen my arthritis. A lot of people quite rationally think that with a painful arthritic knee, if you start doing exercise with heavy loads on your back, that you're going to flare that knee up. And whilst that is a possibility, studies have shown that if we can increase the strength in the muscles around the knee, that is associated with less symptomatic, so less painful arthritic conditions. And then that's going to allow you to do more and be more active and spend more time with the grandchildren, go on longer walks, etc. And again, I wanted to introduce you to one of the members of my course, Stronger for Life, Carol. She was really struggling with pain in her knee. She was managing it with paracetamol and ibuprofen just to be able to go out for walks. And within a month of starting, she found that not only did she not need to take any of those anymore, she was able to go on holiday to Lake District and she wasn't limited by a knee, and she was able to enjoy it with the rest of the family and go for the same length walks as they did. Myth number 4, I can't do strength training because I have osteoporosis. Now, understandably, strength training when you have osteoporosis is quite daunting, so a lot of people tend not to do it. However, the Royal Osteoporosis Society, Theros, recommend that anyone with osteoporosis or osteopenia should be doing weight bearing with load or impact exercise. Problem is, the two things that people with osteoporosis are scared of is weight bearing with load and impact, because they fear a fracture at the site of their osteoporosis. Those two activities of weight bearing with load and doing impact can create the environment that is going to help stimulate more bone growth and increase the bone density. We are going to want to start slowly and gradually progress it over time by adding little bits of resistance or weight to the exercises that we're doing. But if you do have osteoporosis or osteopenia, or you've been through menopause and bone density is a concern of yours, then strength training is something you should be considering adding to your weekly routine. Number 5, strength training needs to be done in a gym. Now, whilst the gym does offer more options of the equipment that you could use to build muscle strength, all of this can be done at home, so long as you are working with sufficient resistance or with sufficient weight that you are pushing your muscles close to the point of fatigue, then we can build muscle strength. Again, I want to introduce you to another member of Stronger for Life, Mike. He started in lockdown. So he didn't have the opportunity of going to the gym, and he was able to get to the point of lifting 100 kilograms from a deadlift just by doing exercises with home and home gym equipment. Number 6, strength training requires a lot of expensive equipment. Now, this isn't true. You could use things that you already have around the house. You could take a rucksack and put bottles of water into that rucksack, and we know a litre of water weighs a kilogram. So if you've got 2-litre bottles of water and you've got say 3 of those in a rucksack, that's 6 kilograms already. You could get the 5-litre bottles of screen wash that actually have a handy handle to them. Again, you could fit 2 in a rucksack, and that's 10 kilos on your back already. And you could actually hold 1 in each hand then with the handles, and that's 20 kilograms worth of weight already that you could then do squats with. Then you can do what Mike did, and he then bought some gym equipment that he found off eBay that was relatively inexpensive. As long as you've got enough weight or resistance to create fatigue in the muscles when you're exercising them, then things around the home is absolutely fine to get started with. Number 7, I need to work out every day to see any kind of results. This simply isn't true, and actually when you are working out and you're pushing your muscles to the point of muscular fatigue, you do want recovery days in there. And if we look at the World Health Organization and their physical activity guidelines, they suggest that people from 18 to 65 should be doing at least 2 sessions of muscle strengthening per week, and over 65 should be doing 3 sessions of muscle strengthening per week. So you only need to be doing 2 or 3 sessions per week to meet those minimum requirements. You do not need to be doing it every single day. And finally, number 8, I won't see results quick enough to make lifting weights worthwhile. It is true that you do need to lift weights consistently, and it takes about 12 weeks or 3 months for the muscles to physiologically change, so get bigger and to be able to produce more force. However, actually within the first few weeks, you might even notice that you feel stronger, and that's because you're teaching the brain the most efficient way of using the muscle strength you've already got. And by doing so, you do have the ability to produce a bit more force, feel stronger, do more. So you can get changes relatively quickly, and that can help motivate you to keep going, to do the required consistent effort to actually change the muscles over time. If you're interested in finding out more about how you could start strength training as an older adult, then you're going to be interested in the Never Told to Lift ebook. It's completely free to download, just click the link in the description.